Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of my Monster Hunter Wilds themed build series. I will be taking your suggestions and my ideas, however bad, in order to create builds with a certain theme. These themes can be anything ranging from focusing purely on an element or ailment present within the game, or maybe it's themed around a monster, or maybe it's something else. I will be creating a series of builds to start off that will be based at least somewhat around the monsters present in Monster Hunter Wilds. And by somewhat, I mean ranging from simply the aesthetic of that monster, utilizing components from its armor or weapons, or simply trying to make a build that fits the behaviors and attacks of said monster. We are going to be going in fight order, so this will be starting with Chatacabra, and next will be Balahara. I wanted to make this build around a weapon that I think best suits Chatacabra's moveset, which, as you may know, is primarily big smashing attacks. So what's a better choice than the mighty hammer itself? I decided to go with Chatacabra's hammer, as quite liked how its skills actually fit what we are going for, in that it emphasizes those big chunky stamina depleting hits of the hammer. And I won't lie, I also kind of picked it for the aesthetic. I mean, it is effectively just Chatacabra's head on a stick. I then, for armor, decided to pick up 3 pieces of Guardian Rathalos set B, primarily for the 3 points and weakness exploit, but also for the gem slots. I also decided to go for Blangonga's waist, as it had 2 points in agitator, which if you're playing well enough is effectively up 100% of the time, making it just 3 damage. And last but not least, I picked the Battle Greaves for the stamina economy purposes. While hammer may not be the most stamina exhausting weapon, it is still nice to be able to rely on these perks. I also have the Evade Extender Talisman, as Evade Extender is such a good perk and I low-key crutch it at this point. It's never coming off. As for the gems, I kept it simple, and on my weapon I went for Critical Eye 3, Attack Boost 2, and Critical Boost 1, as these perks most aligned with what I was going for, which is again to re-emphasize big chunky hits aimed directly at the monster's noggin. As for the armor, I went for Part Breaker level 2, as it is a fantastic perk for pretty much every weapon. However, it's extra nice to have on a weapon that only really aims for one part. I also nabbed 1 level of Ambush, as I try to sneak attack whenever possible, which is typically whenever my Ghillie Mantle is available, so it ends up effectively just being free damage. I then picked up 2 recovery up jewels, as increasing the value of all my healing is extremely useful and extremely potent in every hunt. And again, I went for the stamina economy in the 2 constitution jewels here, as stamina economy is just extremely nice to have. All in all, the playstyle is quite normal hammer, in that we are going to be aiming majority of the time towards the head. It is exactly why I wanted weakness exploit for the affinity, and then as a result of that is why I wanted stuff like critical eye and crit boost. Okay, enough of me yapping, it's about time I showed you this build in action, against Jean the Hard. Overall, this wasn't the best build in the world. It wasn't exactly bad. It was very competent and it was really keeping up with the fight. I mean, this was a 5-star Gene the Hard. It wasn't the easiest hunt in the world, stat-wise at least. I don't think this was the best it could have been. I think I definitely could have better built this with maybe better decorations, but I didn't have those decorations. I also kind of wanted it to be very, very tight on the theme. I think that's kind of what killed this build, was I was kind of being very tight on the theme of a big frog, which, what am I supposed to fucking do? Huh? No idea. Anyway, it was still quite fun, as is pretty much all Monster Hunter. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and maybe even subscribe. Bye bye.